Hey friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I take pictures of them, and I list them on eBay and Poshmark to sell for hopefully a profit. Today I have 8 items, I believe, that I am shipping out. Today is Friday. No, it's not. It's Monday, February 5th. So these are all my weekend sales. So these sold on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I did not ship on Saturday this week. My gross sales amount was $259.34. And we are starting off with something that actually has a 100% sell-through rate. So if you are looking on eBay, that's going to look like there are 0 listed, but some sold. I think there were 9 or 10-ish sold. So this is called Blower. It's Gore-Tex and it's Postal Blue is the color. And there were other Blower pants. These are like windbreaker rain gear for postal workers. I think something's happening in my house. My people are not very happy this morning. So they're for postal workers, I think police officers. Anyway, there were 0 of this specific Postal Blue with Gore-Tex in them listed. So 100% sell-through rate, average sale price of $49.36. I listed mine for $50. I had a couple $30 offers that I did not take. And somebody bought them for full price. So they paid a total of $56, which is kind of funny. $56.56. But as usual, there's all sorts of something. This does have a bit of an odor, which I did disclose. I'm gonna throw a dryer sheet in there just to try and help a little bit. Let's see. I bought these at the bins at Christmas. They are actually in my Christmas thrift haul. So on Christmas Day, I did a thrift haul from the bins. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out. I paid, probably less than $2 for them. I have $2 as my cost of goods. So the bins is the Goodwill outlet where you go and literally dig through bins of stuff and you pay by the pound. So these are really lightweight rain pants, so they really didn't cost that much. My profit on them was $39.27. They did sell promoted. I do promote my listings, not extreme, but I do promote them. Okay, right now I am using, this is a Ground Advantage. What was I gonna say? I'm shipping this Ground Advantage. So right now I have a pretty big stockpile of recycled polynailer. Obviously this came from Amazon. So I am just trying to get through those. And while it's convenient price-wise and good for the environment, sometimes it's annoying because you have to deal with like tape and stuff. I don't have very many that are going Ground Advantage today, so most of it is priority. All right. These, I don't know where I got them. So these are joggers. They are cargo, they are camo, they are ripstop, which is these little squares within the material, and they're American Eagle. So, I'm trying to remember if I showed you the label of those pants. It was Blower, which is BLAUER. So that's the BOLO brand who we're looking out for. All right, so the American Eagle joggers, I just searched that on Terapeak and it was $14 and 68 cents was the average sale price and 35% sell-through rate. Now, added cargo and camo, and everything went up, which is kind of fun. So it went to an average sale price of $17.23 and a 40% sell-through rate, which is fantastic in my opinion. So this is, I'm actually gonna put in a flat rate envelope, trying some new things, shipping wise. Let's see. These sold for $23.86 plus shipping. So they actually paid a total of $41.91. Shipping was a lot. And I'm gonna make some money on the shipping because I am going to use a flat rate mailer. Now, I will say I use calculated shipping and I am experimenting with that a bit. So I did about a week ago, added options within my calculated shipping. So I did have it just, you know, if it was over a pound, it was priority. If it was under a pound, it was ground advantage. And I had set that up like before they switched to ground advantage. But then, you know, you can send things that are more than a pound ground advantage, whereas you couldn't with, what did they call that before it was ground advantage? Whatever it was, you could only send it if it was up to a pound. So anyway, I added options and we're just kind of gonna see what goes on. I couldn't find this in my spreadsheet anywhere. So I put that my cost of goods was $5. It probably wasn't, it was probably less than that. I would say $2 or $3 maybe, but $5 would be the most I would pay for pants. And my profit is $23.20. And those sold in June. I mean, I listed them in June. I do know that. So what's that? 7, 8, almost 9 months. And the blower pants sold in 6 weeks. 6 weeks? I think that's right. All right, these are Carhartt pants. Are they? Yes, they are. Okay. Got really confused. These do not have a great sell-through rate. Actually, it says they have a 40% sell-through rate. Man, when I was looking earlier, they did not have a great sell-through rate. And these have a stain on them. The patch is worn, so you can't even tell really that it's Carhartt. The average sale price was $18.43, and it does say it had 40% sell-through rate. It seems like when I was listing them, they did not. Anyway, these sold for $15 on Poshmark. I debated, I went back and forth because I think I do remember the sell-through rate being a little bit bigger, but, or a little bit higher. I'm super distracted with all that's going on in my house. My teenagers are in there helping, but it just doesn't sound great right now. You know what I mean? Anyway, I may have to take a pause and go in and check it out. Anyway, I debated. I went back and forth. What, you know, should I take the offer, the $15 offer that came in? And ultimately, I decided that, you know, $3 off of the average sale price isn't bad. And I'm not gonna lose a sale over $3. You know what I mean? Because if you counter, sometimes they don't accept that counter or they don't counter back. And if you counter, you have a possibility of losing the sale. If you accept, you have a sale. I spent $1 on those pants at my favorite thrift store. My profit was $11. And I listed those in April, so 10 months. Is that about right? Anyway, I don't overly edit my videos, but sometimes sometimes I edit a little bit. Okay, these are vintage jeans. Aren't those cool? I think they're pretty cool. The brand is Rocky Mountain Clothing. And these are, I don't know, it says made in the USA there. Has a pretty cool tag. 100% cotton. I don't know. I just think they're pretty cool jeans. I listed them for $50. I got an offer for $35 on eBay. And the person said, I'm willing to pay $50 for the jeans. It's just that with shipping, you know, $35 would be $50 all in for them. And that seems reasonable for me. So I said yes and accepted the offer. These have been listed since August. So no one was clamoring for them, you know. They paid $50.45 actually at the end of the day. I paid $2.50 for them at a local-ish thrift store. My profit is $32.99. So I think that's pretty great. These I'm also gonna try and put in a flat rate envelope. So I did make a little money off of the shipping there as well. And that was one of the things, you know, when they sent that offer, I knew I was gonna make a little money off of the shipping. When they said it was $15.99 and it was a pair of jeans, I knew I can put that at the very least in a padded flat rate. But I'm trying these flat rate envelopes. And I just looked at the size of the jeans and thought I could probably get it in here. So I did take that into consideration. Well, it's not going to be pretty. I did notice one of the ones that paid a lot for shipping, and I don't remember which one it was, if it was here, this, or another one, but it was going to Hawaii, which I always think is kind of fun when they go to, you know, Hawaii or Alaska or something like that. I am going to have to, I don't know if I'm good to use these stickers or not. I don't know why it wouldn't be. This does have a little tear right here at the end. And I do know that they're really particular about, like, it has to close on its own on a flat rate. So hopefully me sealing these ends isn't going to be an issue. All right, so I do wrap all my items in tissue paper and seal them with a little thank you sticker. I just buy those items on Amazon, and I usually buy the cheapest one possible. I'm very, very particular like that. I do want things to be nice, but at the end of the day, it is just not worth spending a bunch of money on a thank you sticker that somebody's gonna throw away. This is a jacket that my mom gave me. It's like an open trench coat. Like, it doesn't have buttons, it's belted. And it's kind of, it's not really trench coat material. It feels, I mean, it's polyester. But I guess trench coats are polyester too. It feels, it's like soft, like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. Anyway, if I look up, the brand is Amaryllis. I didn't show you that, sorry. Amaryllis is the brand. And if I look up Amaryllis coat jacket, it has an average sale price of $36.29 and a sell-through rate of 25%. However, most of those were leather coats. This is not a leather coat. I listed it for $20, and that was based on comps that I found of similar style coats. And actually, I don't even think there were many that were similar to it that much. Let me make sure this is priority. I think, oh no, I know. I was sending out offers, and I usually send, when I'm sending offers to watchers, I usually send like 20% off. And there were 2 items yesterday, and it was this and something else that I'd had for forever. And I was like, yeah, let's do 30% off and see what happens. And this person accepted 30% off. So it sold for $13.94. It was also feeling kind of desperate because I felt like my sales were really low over the weekend, and they were. So I knew my mom had given me this, and so it didn't cost me anything. So it's going to be pure profit no matter what. I also remembered it not being super desirable, even though the brand has a decent sell-through rate. It was all those leather coats. So my profit actually ended up being $16.34. That's interesting. Again, I guess because of the calculated shipping, I did make some money on shipping, and because I didn't have goods. And it was not promoted, or didn't sell promoted anyway. I have another pair of vintage jeans. These are Levi's. And I'll try and show you all the things here. So Levi's is kind of a stiff, what is this called? Label. Okay, so on the inside, if the label is directly, or the tag is directly here in the back, and it's kind of paper feeling, that generally indicates that it is vintage. So this is a 560. It says that it is 100% cotton. That's a good thing. And made in the US is a good thing. And then it says loose fit, straight leg. So it tells me all that information right up here. And then 10 short, which is what the S is, indicates that it's a woman's jean. Generally on the back, there are, yep, here we go. There are other numbers. And the second set of numbers here says 0700. So that means it was made in 2000. The 00 indicates at the end 2000. So I'm certainly not an expert on Levi's, but that is some information that I have found out over the last couple of years while reselling. I do want to take the opportunity to say that, you know, I'm fairly new with this. I've only been doing this 2 years. I don't come on here to teach. That's not my intention at all. I'm sharing information with you that I found. Hopefully it's not wrong, but I certainly never want to come across as this is what you should be doing. I don't think that's the case at all. I'm sharing with you what I have done, good or bad. So anyway, vintage Levi's 560s have an average sale price of $25.74 and a sell-through rate of 29%, which I think is good. Mine sold for $25 on Poshmark. I only sold 2 things on Poshmark over the weekend. Poshmark's been slow, so is eBay. Everything's been slow. I did do, this was a shipping discount, so it was an offer that I sent. I've had them for about 9 months. I did buy them at my favorite thrift store, which tends to have a very low cost of goods. $2 is the most I've ever spent there. This one happened to be a 17-cent average cost of goods, which is insane. It's been as low as 6 cents once. It was crazy. Anyway, my profit ends up being $17.81. After 9 months, I don't think that's bad. All right, so the next item, if you've watched my channel at all, you know I have been swapping out my SKU system, my inventory to a SKU system. I've used a bin system for 2 years, over 2 years now. And I'm also kind of purging my inventory. And as I have done that, I have put those items on auction. So I think this week I had 60 items that I put on auction, and 3 sold and 1 got paid for. So not a great ratio, but this is the one that got paid for. This is a new with tag sweater. The brand is Chaps, which is a Ralph Lauren brand. But it's not a good Ralph Lauren brand. Like, in my experience, it hasn't sold. It also doesn't have great sell-through rate. Of course, there's always exceptions to the rule, but this did have silk in it. It was a really, I mean, it's a really nice sweater. It's brand new. It's very basic. A new Chaps sweater for men has an average sale price of $19.77 and a 19% sell-through rate, which, I mean, when I'm out shopping, I'm looking for 25% or higher. So I feel like 19 is not terrible, but man, this did not sell. So I've had it for over a year. I bought it for $2 at a thrift store in a town kind of near me. And it's over $9.50, so it actually had more than one bid on it. I started the bids at like $4.97 or $4.98 or something like that. Yeah, so my profit ended up being $7.43, which, you know, I was gonna either donate it or send it to a consignment sale or something. So instead, I can make a little profit on it. That's funny. This has little stickers on it. It's really funny. What happens when you use recycled mailers? Sometimes you have random little stickers. I'm going for it though. I'm going with it. All right. Just trying to make sure I block the labels here. All right. So, I would not say that the auctions have been wildly successful. I think that, the first week I ran them was the most successful. I think I had 4 that got paid for. I know one of the auctions that ended last night was bought by a repeat buyer who buys from me consistently, and so I think that person will pay. I'm not worried about it, and even if she chooses not to, that's fine. I mean, that's not ideal, but it happens sometimes, right? Okay, so this, I have to figure out what I'm doing with, but this is Wildlife Fact Files, and we had these when I was like in high school. This one is kind of dinged up. Honestly, I'm surprised it sold. I should say. Okay, so Wildlife Fact Files have an average sale price of $46.44 and a 12% sell-through rate. The ones that sell most are bundles of them. So there's lots of different fact files that you can get. This one is mammals. So there's like other ones that you can get. I saw one, there were sets of 5 and 6 that went for over $100. Mine sold for $19.87 plus shipping. It is going media mail. My profit is $11.11. I did put a $3 cost of goods. I don't remember where I bought it, and I couldn't find it in my spreadsheet again, which is frustrating. I think I bought it at a yard sale over the summer. It says I listed it in July. Anyway, it's pretty dinged up. I actually I don't know, feel bad. I hope I represented it well in the listing, but I just need to decide if I'm going to wrap it in cardboard and put it in a poly mailer, or am I going to wrap it in like a little bit of plastic wrap and put it in a box. So I have to make that decision real fast. So my total profit for the weekend was $159.15. It's a little shy of my goal, kind of a lot shy of my goal of $67 per day. I'm actually changing that goal, but I haven't quite gotten to what I need that to look like right now. Changing the goal looks like listing 10 items a day instead of 5. So I have done that for the first couple days of February. I don't list on Sundays. I take Sundays off fully. I do my best to disengage completely. Sometimes that's tricky. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already. I do post Ship With Me videos every night, mostly at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, Monday through sometimes Saturday, mostly Saturday. And yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Leave me a comment in the comments. That's really my favorite part. I love chatting with you. So Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon.